How's it going, everybody? Everything looks good. Cool. Alright, so today, moving on down the mission list, and we're going to do Remnant next, and maybe go up and do the Fisheries Officer mission as well, and then might work over to Lupine, and then work backwards. I don't know, it depends. Might be able to do Fisheries Officer and Crescendo at the same time, and then work on Flatline and Lupine. But I think this one takes place where we are right now in the Great River, so without further ado.
Last crew they sent down didn't fare so well, but they didn't have your track record. So check your HUD for objectives and get into it.
Roger, Roger.
Odds are on you, but this is still ICARUS, if you know what I'm saying.
So, in the workshop, I've got the radar, and I've also got the workshop extractors, which are basically the same thing as the electric extractors, which I used to have a different method for doing those. On Olympus, I would take the mammoth, and in fact I had two mammoths that I would use for this purpose, but because they have a ton of heavy slots, which these count as a heavy, which is denoted by this little little hand truck icon down here. Same thing with the radar, but in the past I would use the mammoths, load those guys up with, depending on where the locations are for the exotics deposits, because that's what this has got me hunting for, which is the need for the radar. And this radar is way better than the other one that you can build in at the fabricator. I much prefer this one. Plus, too, you don't actually have to carry it around everywhere. So if you wanted to run to a place and then call it back down and then scan and then send it back up to the workshop, you could do that. I do currently have an open slot for that, so I'm just going to go ahead and call it down. But also, these extractors and the power sources, and this is going to be my first time using these. Usually I use the electric ones that you make at the fabricator. And then you would have to power those, and usually I would just set up two extractors, two electric extractors, and two solar panels for each one. So I'm actually very curious to see how these perform. So each exotic deposit can have two extractors on it. So I've gone ahead and bought 6 of these and 6 power sources, and we will see if these can make it through completely exhausting a deposit. And I do, as you can tell, I have 3 sets of 2, so I do plan on hitting all 3. So this is going to be interesting, but this is the way I've typically done it on Olympus, is run around and scan. Once I locate them, I pick the best path, and I can change it up a little this time, because before I would have to plan my route and have my mammoth follow me, and then I'd have to set it up in a way that I can leave a mammoth in one spot. And I take the mammoths because they have the highest health pool, and they can pretty much handle themselves if something comes over and attacks them, even though I do place them in a place that they shouldn't be aggroed on by anything. But just in case, sometimes I'll even set up like a partition wall that, out of concrete or something. That way something can't see them and aggro on them and then come after them. But this is going to change things up quite a bit, because now I can call them down from the workshop. I don't have to carry anything anywhere other than the radar, and the radar actually is going to get sent back up as soon as I know the location. Now technically I do know of, well, I say I know of 2 locations. I've come across 2 locations. I didn't bookmark them, didn't put any kind of beacon or anything, didn't even write it down. Just kind of leaving it up to chance if I run across them again. I know one's in the desert, and I think one is in a forest area somewhere. I don't remember. I do typically do my exotics runs over on Olympus, mainly because the pathing of getting to them is fairly simple. And also, once you start out on a map and you start having them... Oh, you're just over there eating. As you can see, this is my Moa. This is Nugget. She's been with me since the beginning. She's one of the early ones. She's not level 50, but then again, I didn't take her out and do a whole lot with her. I do typically run without a mount anyway. But I figured on the off chance that, you know, she is pretty quick. And I've got a saddle, the bear hide saddle, which gives her extra movement speed. And she's got her own water source. The only real point of having these extra little slots is if I wanted to take and say put that over there. Obviously that doesn't work well for her, but if you hit sort, it works just like it does over here. So that's amazing, by the way. So now you can technically load up a mammoth or a buffalo or whatever mount you want with a ton of these here. The only thing it doesn't take out is the water can, which is 53 kilos, and as you can see, she's at 55 out of 167. So the extra 2 is going to probably come from the bear hide saddle, and it might round up a little bit. Who knows? Either way, well, actually, this one too, 0.5. So there you go. 1.5, 0.5, that's 2, plus the 53, 55, there's your total 55. So the sort option does work well when you're putting a bunch of pouches on your mount. So that being said, again, if it was a buffalo or anything else that can carry a whole bunch of stuff, then you can just load them up with whatever you want. And essentially every slot becomes 6 slots. So doesn't matter what it is, just throw it over there, hit sort, and it solves the problem just like that. So that being said, I've got her set up for running around as quickly as possible. Stamina's maxed out, and hopefully, I mean, we're all gonna see it together, whether or not it's actually worth it. I know she's quick. I know Moas are fast. I get that, and I know you can do all kinds of special foods. For today, I'm not gonna run a ton of special foods, but as a matter of fact, before I forget, I do have an extra pouch, so I'm gonna go over here. And we're going to give her this pouch. Well, if I don't throw it on the ground. And that's going to hold her food, which I've got some here. And this stuff doesn't go bad. So this is silage. It's not great, but it has no expiration. We love that. Plus it gives a food effect duration, which, again, awesome. Never mind my gravity defying ranching station. And I just set this up just, you know, want to make sure she's not sitting out here in the rain. And the other food, oops, wrong one. The other food that I have for her is the Omni feed, which you used to be able to make that with the it's like an automatic food trough. They changed up the recipes and changed up the way that you can make the Omni feed. Before, you could just throw anything in that trough and it would make this Omni feed out of anything. Spoiled food, spoiled plants, raw meat, cooked meat, didn't matter. You could throw it in there and it would come out with the Omni feed. Now it's a little different. It takes I think it's 3 of any kind of meat, 3 of any kind of vegetable, and honey, which fortunately we're overflowing on. You know, I wish, and I mean, maybe there is a way, maybe there isn't a way, I don't know, but I wish I could make it stop making beeswax and only make honey, because I mean, I don't need the beeswax, but I do need the honey. So much so that it's starting to overflow in here, and it's just getting ridiculous. I would like for them to continue to make honey, though. Now, I did unlock also the farming NPC, and I need to go see if whether or not I can take this beeswax and sell it to that NPC, because if I can, I mean, swimming in the Ren, let me tell you, that would be great. Yeah, added a few trophies, you know, the sandworm trophies, and we got the scorpion trophies up here. Really, and again, gravity defying. We're not going to talk about that. Mainly for the coziness bonus. Yeah, they look really cool. Got this one here. And these light up, which on my Olympus map, you can see them pretty far away. Pretty far away. So, right now, let's see, did I call, I don't, okay, I haven't called it down yet. So let's go ahead and do that. Pull down the radar. Say again?
Surprised the one that's craned over doesn't shoot fire or anything.
Yeah, it would be pretty cool if it did, or like maybe turn it into like a fountain or something. Make it spit water, or I mean, that would simulate, you know, its normal thing, which is spitting acid or poison at you. All right, so first part done. So, and I'm gonna try and kill time till the time to go to sleep. I've added some more batteries as well. I think I added 3 more batteries. I threw 2 solar panels that I'd made for the last mission up on the hill over there. So I've got a little more power coming in, a little more storage here as well. Added this composter, put 2 more pumps over there. So added a little bit, needed to take up the slack for that. Also added the heater and the air conditioner. Mainly just here for this little bonus here, the cooling cozy and the warming cozy. Now, I don't know if those stack. They might stack. Didn't think to check beforehand. Don't really care. But you get plus 10% experience from one, and then another 10 from the other. Cold resistance, heat resistance, which doesn't really matter because we're staying inside anyway. But you get extra stamina and health regen. So if, in fact, you come home and you're hurt, well, you should heal faster. Coziness has gone up as well. The duration has gone up, and the effectiveness, which that also will increase when I go wash my hands. So there's that extra bonus right there. Crafting speed. Now, it says it affects the marble kitchen bench and electric stove. So that only affects those 2 things. However, you do get increased movement speed, health regen, sleep quality, and you don't consume as much water or food. So little pluses, little bonuses. So let's map out our direction. Oh boy. Okay, so we've got 5. And I think probably the best route is going to be to go here to this one here in G7. So we'll go to G7. Now, I think this also depends on whether or not you actually find them ahead of time, but I think it's going to want you to go to all of them. So we've got this one here in G7, and then I can run down here to the one in H10, come across to K9, yes, K9, run back out of here, go to J5, and then come up through here through the shortcut into the desert and go to H4. So I think that's going to be the best path. And since we got our MOA, we're going to put her to the test. We're going to see how fast she can run. A little chicken nugget. Yes, there is a theme. My buffalo is named Ribs. Although the horse, the Tyrannus, he doesn't. I would have felt very, very bad if I had named him like Elmer. Which, if you don't understand that reference, just look up horses and glue. I'm not going to go into the nasty details of that one. So yeah, I didn't do that one. Nevertheless, his name is Bocephus. Crazy name. Don't even know where I came up with it. Still got a little bit of time.
Thinking about what your brother called you.
Nah. Nah, I did have a friend that called me that once. Trying to think if there's anything else to showcase while I'm here. I don't really think that there is. Oh, well, I mean, I guess technically yes. I did make explosive shells. And mainly those guys are for the scorpions. I don't even really care to use them on anything else. They just work fantastic against scorpions. The big scorpions. Which I could just put this one back up. I don't know. Let's see if I've got some time. Oh, got a little bit of time. Put those in there, and grab the other shotgun out. Swap it. All right. So now we got those. Oh, good. It automatically picked it. Excellent. Yeah, I know I'm hungry. I'm trying to bide my time. Leave me alone. Real quick. I know that beeping is going to get obnoxious real fast. I think I can slap one of these together pretty quick. 20 titanium. 20 of this. He'll be fine. He'll be fine. My guy will be fine. I know. You're so low on food. It's almost a sin to let you get that low. Okay, got the trench shotgun. Come over here. And yep, not for that. Shotgun and platinum epoxy leather, titanium, and carbon fiber. Oops. I feel like I'm missing something. Carbon fiber. This is an augment, which increases your critical damage and accuracy. And it is definitely my favorite to run. I mean, there's another option over here. This one, the specialist projectile damage. 25% critical damage or 30%. Yes, this is more, but the accuracy is the big difference. I know this has projectile damage, but I honestly would much rather have the accuracy, because even if your aim is spot on, the RNG is going to determine whether or not you actually hit your target. And I would much rather have the odds in my favor. Let's put all this stuff up. Yeah, we'll throw it in there. Why not? Okay. And done. Excellent. That's just a backup shotgun. And we have a backup pistol, backup shotgun, and This is just the chac rifle that I got from the Predator Specialist, which, not a big deal. It's not a... doesn't have any special stuff on it, but I don't use my rifle that much anyway. Go to sleep. And now we can make the angry thing be quiet. Put that up. And get these... make sure I don't have any other buffs. Okay, I don't. Made a bunch of food and all kinds of stuff, so... alright. Okay, so you only had that on you. Whoops. Every time I go to the vegetable, because I think it's in the veggies, but it's not. Alright. And we'll just put that down there. Don't need the axe on me at this time. Let's find a good one. Oh, and I also outfitted myself with all of the necessities that I could think I could possibly need for a run anywhere to craft anything. Everything, I have all electric everything, so whatever I might need, I've got. Yeah, we'll just put it in that one, why not? Because I want to keep the food out. And she's got three slots, but mainly it's this one is the one we're after. So let's hop on, and we're gonna go here first. Yeah, she does that when you're on a mount. Yeah, see, her stamina bar is just not big. It's just not big at all.
Go back up if you jump. Like you.
It goes back up, it's just not quick. Alright, let's go. Oh, actually, take that back. There is something. I have no idea who that is or what that is. Somebody's having fun outside.
Probably your buddy.
It could be.
Buddy.
I think... yes.
Your code.
Let's see. Put it on the cave one. Yeah, we'll leave that out. Why not? There we go. So that module does definitely help. I might actually just buy another one of those. You can, but the second one doesn't give you as much as the first one. So there's diminishing returns. I just wish, honestly, I wish you could... and I hope they add this later. The Slinkers from Elysium have the option to be running and jumping at the same time. And I wish more mounts had that, especially like the bird and, you know, the horse, you would think, should have it. Maybe not the buffalo, fine. But, I mean, the normals, you would think. Oh, I also put, which I don't think, can't really see from here, but there is a limestone drill over there. So it ought to be full before too long. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, she's fast. She gets me there quick. Now here's where the problem is I don't know. I want to get her up on this rock if I can. Because I want it to be hard for her to be attacked. It's not going to let me. Dookie. Well, alright. Let's zoom in a little bit. So anywhere in this area. Alright. Well, we want to pick a good defendable position. And I feel like... Come on. Come on. There we go. There we go. That's a good girl. All right. Sweet. And your food and water looks good. And we're pretty much right in the middle. Tell you what. And that's the other thing about this scanner is that it's really fast, so it takes no time. But you will get things coming in that want to attack you, so probably cougar, jaguar, maybe. Yeah. Well, any of these radars that you use are gonna draw in. Yeah, it's gonna draw in wildlife. But usually this thing gets done before like the onslaught of, you know, dozens of enemies come in. Just like that. And this is why we pick a defendable position. Because bears. Bears, jaguars, and poor little Nugget, she just doesn't have all kinds of health like the mammoth and the buffalo. So we got to keep her safe. Don't even think about it. I know there's another one. I hear it. I need to look at my map, but I know as soon as I look at my map, this jaguar is going to come charging in. I kind of see... You can almost see the faint outline of the health bar right there. It's still coming. All right, let's get out of here. I know I've got to go this way. And see, that's the other thing about mounts that drives me nuts. They get stuck on everything, and steering them is a little interesting. Hopefully everything stays over there. Okay. All right, so it's showing me that all of the exotics are this way. But doesn't matter. Still got to go scan them all, so... It's saying all of them are, so I know that the one in the desert was somewhere in these canyons. I think it was somewhere like right here maybe, or up here. And I did run across the one in the Arctic, and honestly, I'm thrilled that they're all in the same area of the map. Yeah, see, when you double click, if PC users, if you're double clicking to set a coordinate or like a waypoint, it will cause the mount to do the attack. What is that? Okay, that was a deer. Say again?
I think the mammoth has a
Yeah, the mammoth's secondary attack is awesome. Its stomp is pretty cool. Has an AoE effect. Now, the other cool thing that I do like about mounts, that I gotta be honest, is they can go up cliffs that you technically aren't supposed to be able to. And they can go down cliffs that you would otherwise slide down, so... Yeah, or completely just fall on your face. Let your stamina build up, and let's take out this Tyrannus. Let's see how you do. bad, not bad. Alright. Could have been worse. Let's see what you can climb up. Because I don't know what your limits are. Yeah. Pretty... It's still pretty shallow. Oh, I think that's a... I think that's a cougar. Cougar and a wolf. Nice. And let's get the jackal. Yeah. Get her leveled up a little bit.
Show me the goods.
Fruit, vegetable, herb, grain, and delicacy.
Come back soon.
So, I don't know what beeswax would classify as, but maybe it would classify as that. I look like I'm drunk. You're flying through a map. I'm just trying to see what she's able to do. Alright, so now we're officially stuck, right? And did not help me at all. And I was really hoping to not have to... No, I clipped through the map. I just wanted to see what she can do. Alright. I'd really like to be able to just clip to the top up there. Yeah, it's not gonna let me. It's fine, it's fine. Come on. Come on. Nope, not gonna do it. Alright, that's fine. Let's see, where are we? I mean, she's got enough speed that it doesn't really matter, I guess. Just run around. I'm actually tempted to get another one of those pheromone modules for the suit and see just how fast she can actually go. Get her some experience. Now, the fastest way to level up anything or anybody is, in my opinion, go to a geyser, and if you want to level up a mount, just put the mount on passive. I think it wants me to do it up there, which I'm going to do it up there anyway. Put the mount on passive, put it up high and protected above you wherever you are. And then, come on, no, don't fall, come on. And then turn on the geyser, the condenser, vapor condenser, excuse me. And just farm through the wolves. And the wolves are absolutely the easiest, and if you can do it, the Arctic kind of sucks to do it in because of the storms there, but all right. Yeah, nope, can't do it there. Oh. That works because nothing can get to it. But that's how... I've got a video on YouTube showing how I power level these 2 extra characters. And of course, like right now, standing near her and killing things is going to get her experience, so she's going to level up as well. Well, if I could hit the thing. The eyeball means that I'm being seen. I'm no longer in stealth. I can't see that one down there. I don't think I'll be able to see it anyway. Doesn't matter. I don't think anything else is coming from that way. Okay, so yeah, it's clearly telling me everything's over here. So, kind of funny that all of them are nowhere near where it actually is. And the weather does not look great. Let's see. All right. Uh-oh. Got stuck on a tree. Somewhere I do have an Arctic Moa. I think it's on my buddy Korn's map. Okay, this storm's almost over anyway, so it doesn't matter. Now, the only way that this could pose a challenge of getting out of here using any shortcuts is whether or not I have pathways that she can use. On the other hand, if I don't have a pathway, then I can park her in a safe spot and put her on... See, that's a big jump. I don't want to risk that. Yeah, her stamina wasn't doing so hot, so I didn't want to risk it. Is she set on stay defensive? Okay. I don't want her to be sitting down. It was close. I know, you're cold. I need to see if I can actually give her coffee. I don't think that I can. I think I've tried that before, but I don't think you can. I know we're close. Alright. Not a good defendable position. At all. Oh well. Gotta be on my guard. Fortunately, this scanner's quick, so you'll be fine. You'll be fine. And pick it back up. Give her a little pet. Alright. Run away from that area for a second. And now we're going to go up here. I really can't wait to get a raptor, though. Really excited about that one. Come on, you can do it. I believe in you. There we go. Let your stamina come back. All right. And we're off to the next one. And let's mark it. If I see a bear, I'm jumping off and taking it out. Gotta catch me first. Don't see anybody follow me. All right. Nope, you can't shoot while on the mount. Another thing I wish we could do. Okay. Can't get up there, can you? Nope, sure can't. Maybe? Oh, maybe. Nope. Bummer. But we're right in the middle of where it wants us to scan from. Now, me personally, I mean, I like being right here in the middle, but I guess it kind of forces everything to swim to me. Kind of prematurely clear out some of this stuff. I hear it. Don't know which way it's going to come from, though. Doesn't matter, it's done anyway. And we're out of here. Okay, next location is this one. And I'm I'll run back this way. Take the shortcut into the desert. Oh, come on. All right, we're safe. We're good. I don't know what to call that run, but so be it. A little wobbly. All right. All right, and time for me to swap my canteen. And might as well feed you again. I think. Nice, I can swap them. Nice. Give you some water. Swap them back out. And off we go. I wonder if there's going to be a sandworm out here. I hope not. But at least I know how to aggro it for me instead of my mount. And that's basically just stand right up close to it. It didn't trigger. There it goes. And yeah, we're gonna go right here on top of this little mound. Almost done. Okay, nothing else is coming. All right, so now we know that everything is essentially, it's telling me where one is. That's funny. But I know one's going to be over here, so I'm going to come to about right here, and that should show me exactly what I need. And hopefully there's no crocodiles. That would definitely not be good. stamina come back up. Run around the water because that is abysmally slow. Trying to keep an eye out for the moving mounds. Just about there, I think. Let's see. Yeah, we're getting close. Yep, and it does look like they're all going to be roughly in the same area, which is really nice. I'm going to skirt my way through this little circular area up here, because that's where a scorpion's going to spawn. And I don't really want to fight one right now. I'm on a mission. Oh, I hear it. Where are you going? Hopefully not right where I want to be. I mean, they have set spots, so even when they're traveling, they won't, you can't hurt them, they won't pop up or anything. They just kind of do their thing. Until they find their location that they want to stop at. So they just kind of move around, do whatever they want. Okay, so I want to go right there. I know it's right in here in these canyons, but let's go. Yeah, this will work. We're going to put you right here behind that rock. On the off chance that something comes off the top of the hill, that would not be good, but it'll be all right. I don't usually see elephants come in for this one. I'm not saying it isn't possible, but... And there's our first one right there. Right at the edge. Yep, I hear something trying to come down. Alright, so we know where our first one is. And we know that two more, it looks like, reside this way. So one's probably in here, one's probably in there. Now, the sucky thing about that is, and I could throw down two of them, because once I cut through here, I'm going to have to go across and up through here. And this little cliff kind of sucks, but I want to scan all of them before I start. I want to have all the locations before I start. So let's just continue on. So it's showing that one was up here. Another one's probably going to be down here somewhere. One might be over here, but I don't really remember, to be honest. So I think what I'm going to do is come down here to this point and scan here first. It is trying to say that there's one right there. So, and this one I think doesn't take away. This one here doesn't add. So this one you've got one, and then another big one, and then another one inside of it. So you've got this one here, this one there, and then this big one right there. So the wider it is and the more shallow it is, typically the further away it is. The more narrow and focused and the smaller it is, per se, like this one, you can see 3 in this one. So there's the one. Then here's the second one. So they're all kind of in this area, but it can reach even out to the edge. As you can see, this one is at the edge of that band right there. So it's right at the edge. So it could even be right here somewhere. The exotics deposit. So it would seem that this one is here by itself, and then the other 2 are going to be somewhere out here. One is likely there, which could be this band right there, this bigger band, and then this one, I don't know, it's kind of hard to say. This bigger one here could actually be whatever's over here, and then this one here could be something right up here, but we're gonna go find out. And if I have to run back around in the snow, it is what it is. It's fine, but we're gonna keep traveling south and take the little shortcut. Oh, I see a worm. Nah, I'm just going to run away from it. I don't need to fight it. Don't need to fight it. I do like now that you can actually swap things while you're on your mount, because I don't recall being able to do that before. I also want to see... I'm going to try something real fast. Oh, you can. Okay. Alright. Good to know. Although that was the water. I don't think... Doesn't look like it counted, but I don't know, we'll see. I'll try it again later. Put this back down there, give you some food. I also need to cancel that one. Got to be careful in this zone because there's going to be scorpions, there's going to be polar bears, which is the main reason. Yep, right there. Now, I think I'm going to go ahead and knock these 2 scorpions out. They're both coming, but I want her to get the experience. Okay. We'll just keep the explosive out. There's another one there. But as you can see, they definitely do way more damage than the slugs even. Stop that. And I'll repair it later. Alright, and we're just going to get out of here. might actually run back in that cave over there. Let me see. And there is one right here, I think. I think it's right down here around this corner. I just need to go to sleep. Easy now. Easy. Okay. And there it is. Let's move this over there. Actually, before it kicks in, you know, I don't even think I need this one on me right now, so I can swap that out. Yeah, I don't need it on me. Okay. Sort. And then sleep. Pick all this stuff back up. Alright, and you're still looking good. Okay, so now it's showing me right here the yellow band, and as you can see, if we were to draw like an invisible line, it would pretty much cut off right at the edge of that one. But now we know both of the other ones are down here, which is fantastic. So one is somewhere over here, and one is somewhere over here. So what I can do is... So you can also see that the circle is, if it's done inside, like right in the middle, you'll see that the little bit of a gap between this grid, it's just about the same. So this circle takes up the same amount of area as a square on the grid. And it helps to keep the uniformity so you kind of know where you can scan. Because you can't overlap. And I'm going to save this. Well, yeah, you know what? Why not? It'll make my other buffs last longer. So, knowing that one could be anywhere from here to here, I want to scan right there. So based off the distance that and the size of these, I'm looking at what, roughly, if we go from the point of scan to here, that's 1 square, roughly. And then 2 squares. And then there's our deposit. So then if I go 2 squares this way, so we'll say there's 1, and then that would be about 2. So this should put me right near where I need to be, and then I can come back up here, scan again, find the last one, and should be all set. That is a polar bear. I know, Nugget, you don't like the cold. Another polar bear. Mammoth. Good day to you, sir. Yeah, the cold is making her stamina regen go so much slower. Don't want her to get hurt. Yeah. Well, I guess technically it thinks I'm stuck. Let's try it. It moved me a little bit. Oh, you're fine. You don't even look like you took any damage. Okay. One of these I feel like is undoubtedly going to aggro a polar bear, but we shall see. Just waiting for the red little diamond up there to disappear off my map, and I know I've hit my location. Boop, and it's gone. That is a lot of tuskers. Coming in hot. Coming in hot. Should be about done. That's the other thing you have to be worried about is when you piss off one tusker, he calls in his buddy. Okay, so, and there's the other one right there. Perfect. So the good news is that I can throw down this extractor that I'm going to be coming up to here shortly. It might be in that little nook there. I have a feeling that that's where it is. I think I'm just going to scan in there. I'm going to go up to it, see if it is in that little nook. They like to hide them sometimes. Sometimes they're just out in the middle of a field somewhere, but kind of want to see if my instincts are right, see if it's over here. Don't see it yet. Might not be here. There it is. It is telling me that basically that's the center right there. So in this instance, just for all intents and purposes, we're going to scan it so it's marked. I don't need to since I know where it's at, but I want to mark it down. And the extra experience for her is great. Well, there we go. Should be pretty close to being done. We don't have any more. I don't see any more. I don't see any polar bears down there. There might be one, but... Alright, so... what we'll do, go down here. And I think I might leave her up here. That is a polar bear, isn't it? It sure is, and I don't want her to get hurt. Would like to put her in a safe spot where it's kind of hard to get to her, but also not in a place that I can't get to her. Okay, so I am going to swap this back out for the cave module, and then go here, grab my orbital exchange interface. And since we're right up against the edge here, hopefully it's going to throw it out in front of me. So let's bring 2 down and 2 fuel sources. Excellent. I'm going to leave out my orbital exchange. And then put the radar in there, grab one of these, 1 power source. And oops, that's not what I meant to do. Okay. One hour, 15 minutes. Now, the other extractors don't normally. Most of the time, I've not had them attack these extractors, so most of the time I don't have anything attack the extractors. So now that we've got one going, gonna run to the other one. Now doing 3 of these at once is a little bit of a challenge, but it's not impossible. It's the way I do it on Olympus, which is why typically I do use my 2 mammoths to carry all of the normal drills, since again they're heavy equipment. Where was this at again? Yeah, it's right up here, the very end. So park you there. Grab this, and I'm hoping it doesn't put it behind me. I really hope it doesn't. And we'll throw another 2 in there. Nice. It's out in front of me. Oh wow, it actually put it right in front of me. That's amazing. Thank you. Very nice. Go back. And I like to start them at the same time. Just makes it easier for collection, and I should have sent that back.
Clear area.
Alright, and now we're going to make the run back to the desert, which is going to be a bit of a run, but it's alright. Make sure that she's well fed. Nah, she just won't run. Or won't run fast anyway. So there's a couple of ways you can do this if you're trying to manage 3 of these. It's not gonna lie, it's not I mean I can't say it's not easy. It is easy, it's just tedious. Because it's a lot of running, which is again why I brought her for this run. Because getting there quick is the way to do it. But even still, when I'm using my mammoths, I usually just use a bunch of stamina foods and just run the entire way on foot. I don't usually take a mount. But this time I figured, why not? Let's let her out, stretch her legs a little bit. And usually, out of 3 of these, I can get about 900 exotics, give or take. Just a second, and we'll swap this back over. Get rid of that. Get back on her. Of course, it'd be a heat wave. No big deal, no big deal. So, and I'm really hoping that it puts the drop pod down inside the canyon and not on top of the canyon. Sometimes it's cruel like that. It'll throw it on top of a plateau or something, and then you gotta run around and get it. Which, on Elysium, if... Did I pass it? Whoops. I did pass it. It's right over here. That's right. On Elysium, I imagine it'll be much easier because you'll have easy access to drop pods. Please tell me don't drop up there. Okay, nice. I just try to give it as much room as I can. But Elysium, you'll have access to the advanced orbital exchange, and I probably will just carry one of those around so I can guarantee that the thing lands close to me. These give 5 per minute, which means that right now I'm going to run back to the very first one. See, it's a lot of running around, but in my opinion, it's the best way to do it if you want to completely evacuate them in as quick a time as possible. Not to mention 3 of them. Which, if I'm going to do it, I'm just going to knock out all 3 of them. Alright, so we're here again. Swap this back out. Get rid of that. That sounds like a polar bear. There is a polar bear. And we're going to wait for her stamina to come back. And we're going to run away from it. We don't have time to deal with a polar bear. Of course, they would throw snow at me. And there is a cave. I'm going to try and see if I can get her down this cliff face, because it's not straight down in every single part. It is a little scary, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, at this point, she's got more health than I do. Yeah, my ladders. Now, if I had a way down that, like this with the ladders, if I had a way down where I can get down, but she can't get down, if I put her on follow, there's a chance she could run off the cliff and die, or I can make her teleport. But since we're trying to kill some time, as it is anyway, I may forego going down the cliff. I really don't want to lose my Moa. And I don't think she could take the fall, because that's a big fall. So I usually run back around to the first location that I put an extractor. And it's usually, depending on the distance between them, which these are fairly close to each other. Usually the first one is either almost full or full by the time I get back to it. The extractors, that is. Doesn't mean that the deposit is completely empty. It just means that the extractors are full, you have to empty them, and then it will continue to fill up. And I think there's a cave over this way. I don't know what that was. That might have been a polar bear. I wasn't looking, I was looking at the map. The other map. I was just looking. I could have sworn I heard a polar bear, and I'm pretty sure I did. Yeah, there is a cave over here. You know what? Let's try something. Oh, that's right. It's got to put it there first. Okay. I don't think that gives her the bonus for that. Yeah, it doesn't. I don't think she can get hypothermia either, but... Okay. Hear another bear over there. We're just going to weather the storm. Okay, so not too bad. Not too bad. Hang on, let me get away from this thing because it's so loud. Say what now? So far, 56 is what it's got on each drill. So I'm going to stand here for a minute and let this accumulate a little more. And this is the part that's kind of a little bit of a waiting game. But you get 5 per minute, so that's pretty good. It's not bad. Snow's almost gone. We'll be fine. Don't look at me like that. Don't look at me like that. You'll be fine. You're fine. You're good. You're safe. I got you. But this method, the general rule still applies. If you're using, whether you're using the workshop stuff or using the stuff that you make at the fabricator, it's basically all the same. It's get the extractors to where you need them to go.
Yeah.
Also their power sources. And then try and let it, at least the first one that you put down, which this would count as, so we had, this was the third one. So when this one fills up, and it starts to do the next one, then we'll leave this one, we'll clear it, leave this one, run to the next one, and it should be full. Or at least close to it. So when these both get to 10, I'm going to take what's in them out. And it seems like those power sources are doing pretty good. I'm hoping that they're designed in a way that the developers design them in a way to, if you throw 2 of these extractors and 2 power sources from the workshop on one mine or deposit, that it's going to clear it out on one power source. If not, I can get more power sources, or if there's leftover, then I'll just store them and move on. Alright, so we're going to leave that one as is. We've now got a full... I'm going to put this back up for now. We've got a full pouch. So run to the next one, clear it out, run back to the first one and clear it out. Because the way that it works in the game is that after 3 hours, all of these deposits refresh. Am I at the right spot? Yeah, okay. There we go. Those fill up to 10. Man, they're still so loud when you're looking at them. I'm going to let those fill up to 10 and then grab what's in those and run back to the first one. Or, well, technically the first one that we found, but the last one that we put mines on, or drills on. Off we go, and probably by the time I get back to the last one, since it is a bit further away. Oh, you took a little damage on that one, huh? Yeah, you're fine, you're fine. You're good, you're good, you're good. Gotta watch out for those scorpions and polar bears. But based on the distance that we have to go, I'm thinking that this other one will certainly have more in it by the time we get back there. But even still, I mean, we're looking at, and I even spent a little bit of time kind of goofing off in the beginning of the stream, so we're at about an hour and a half right now. But to mine all 3, if you're on it from start to finish and without doing the extra scans, you could probably knock it out pretty quickly. I would say under 2 hours, you can get them all done. Give or take. We'll just say 2 hours. And you can mine all 3. The key is being set up for it ahead of time. I'm just going to leave the torch off for this one because we're basically here already. And swap. Get rid of the coffee buff so we don't overheat. Keep this train moving. There we go. Also trying to remember that there could be a sandworm out here when I come back. The only times I've ever had drills be completely full is when they're just super far spread apart. Let's see where these are. Okay, so basically exactly the same. So the timing does work out about right. We're gonna let those, every time I face towards them, it's so much louder. Let those fill up to 10. And then make our way back to the first one. And then by that point, right now we've got 120 here, 120 there. Hang on, let me sort. Okay, so 120, 240, 360, and 400 with that one right there. So we're basically about halfway done. Okay. Throw those in there, and off we go back to the first, the very first one. And then we'll wait for it to finish. And then we should be able to run back to the other ones, and they should be all done, in theory. It's about 3 trips total to all 3 to clear them out and collect as much as you possibly can. I know it's hard for you guys to probably see this, but I can barely see myself. And swap this back out. Get rid of that. Let her stamina come back up before we try to run past this polar bear out there. I don't know what she was stuck on, but she just would not get moving. I'm so used to steering with the thumbstick, which with the Azeron you have the thumbstick, so when you start steering it's like really just like super quick. But the mouse, if you just hold forward with the thumbstick on the Azeron and then move your mouse, it's much more smooth. And I just have a habit of moving with the thumbstick that I forget how crazy it can look. Oh, I might have to stop for these. Alright, we're going to move away from the polar bear. Yeah, it's a little too far away. I don't want to be that far away. Alright, now these guys... Explosive is definitely the way to go for Vespers. see you coming. We're just here for the guano. Thank you very much. All right. And she's still got the good food buff, so we're gonna hold up on feeding her just yet. I usually will give her food when I see that the well-fed, which is the symbol down there that shows the Omni food. When that disappears, then she's missing that extra buff. So I just wait till that's ready to go before I do it again. When that disappears, I'll feed her again, and then I think it's like she gets plus 1,000% or something like that health regen. So it's a really good buff. I will likely have to pick a cave or just build a shelter and sleep one more time. Hopefully this one's either done or close to being done. Alright, I'll put you over here. Should be safe. What do we got? Alright. Just take this out of here for now. Get away from the noise. Fill this one up. Start the next one. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 400. 420, 40, 60, 80, 500. So right now we're at 500. I think you can get pretty close to 900. That's getting close. And I'm going to sit here until it hits 20 on that stack, and then probably run around to a cave right around the corner, because there's, let me see, yeah, there's one actually a little bit closer, right over here, I think. Right there. Alright, 20. Perfect. And let's run over to the cave. And probably by the time I get things shuffled around and set up here. Get off. Add those. Alright. Put that there. Put this. And I always put the campfires at the head of the bed, because if you put them at the foot, when you dismount the bed or come out of the bed, it will put you on top of the fire. And I don't think anybody wants that. So I always try to put it, and the other thing is, if you're looking at the foot of the bed, you're gonna come out on the, yep, there we go. It just ticked and said fully mine and exotics deposit. So the one behind me is likely done. which is excellent news. Because that means that I can go to that one, collect, send everything back up, and it seems like also that the power sources probably only burn about halfway through. So that's cool. They're a 2-trip use. That's nice. The only downside is that they stay on this map, because once you bring them down and start using them, you cannot send them back up. All right. But yes, if you're standing at the foot of the bed, you're always going to exit on the right side of it. So plan accordingly. Or stand in the fire. Or, I'm a seal today. And also, when these finish, they no longer glow. So there's no glow on them anymore. So, let me try something. Now, I've done this before, when there's nothing left, and it will complete that. I want to try it. Okay, so it won't work with these. Sometimes when drills don't have power, and they may have fixed it, you can keep hitting the activate button, and it will complete whatever's left. Yeah, there's plenty of power in that. Nice. Sweet. So I can run those twice. Alright, so we're going to we'll just put it in that one. And put all of these in their own pouch. Oops. And grab our orbital exchange device. Request. Grab this. Run over here, deposit the first one. Now we've sent that, and I'll send an exotic up on the last one, the end of it, and then hopefully by the time I get to the next one, we'll have a meteor event, and we'll get to see the meteor event. It'd be cool to see it out here because there's so much open sky. We'd be able to see it come down, but. It hasn't been 3 hours, so we likely won't get to see it. Because it starts from the first place that you completely exhaust. Okay. Yep, this one's got some in it. Perfect. Let's fill this up here. Grab that, put that in there, pick this one up. Okay, and then go to the next one. I love it when they drop it in close. It's so nice. Alright, we'll put that up. Grab this one, put it back in here. Send that back out. The workshop items, I mean, I can understand wanting to do it the hard way. The long and hard, slow way to get everything done. By using the stuff you make on planet, but I mean, what else would be the point? Yeah, you're fine. You'll be fine. Okay. Okay. Fair enough. Okay, got it. There you go. And we'll swap out the water. Give her some water. I know she's got her own water, but it's fine. She's not using too much, so. I think next time I actually won't use the big giant water tank. I'll just give her her own little canteen. But I haven't sent up any of the exotics, mainly because I want to see what the grand total is going to be from all three. Normally I just send them up after when I send the exotics up, but ooh, that's polar bear. Let's not make him mad. I might be able to go down this little cliff here. Let's find out. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, she can meander her way down this one. And let's use this, and this, and put that over there. Yeah, we go down. That's right. Oh, getting stuck on stuff. Okay, swap the water out, get rid of the coffee, and we're off. Yeah, I would say give or take hour and a half, actually. Hour and a half to 2 hours, depending on how far they spread them out. You can knock out all three of them in one go. Let's put that one down there. Now, either I left a power source behind somewhere, which I may have. I may have to go back and go after that one. Either way, no big deal. It might be gone by the time I get back there, but it's at the second location. Request. Put this back in here. Alright, so put that in there. Grab this. Yep, okay. Put that up there. And let's see what we got. That one is full, which means I'm gonna need to bring this bag out. Alright.
All right.
560 total.
I think they'll be happy with that.
On that first run. Gonna wait for that to leave. Let it disappear off of my radar at the top. There we go. Okay. Put that in there. Alright, double check, make sure I'm not missing any. And I'm not. So the first round was 560
Preparing to ascend.
and 229, so 789 out of these. Not bad. And then we'll grab her, and I'm gonna go back and try and get my other fuel cell that I left back there, if it's still there. Now the decay time might be pretty quick, so it might not be there anymore, but if it's not, it's what it is. I'm gonna go this way anyway because it's a way out and back to base, but I also want to see what I need for the fisheries officer. There we go. Now that polar bear is awfully close. Let my stamina build up. And mark that one, and we're off. Hopefully it's still there, but I'm not going to hold my breath. I felt like I grabbed it, but maybe I didn't. Who knows? It honestly could be in another pouch that I've got, and I just didn't notice it. But time is of the essence. Just wish I could go down this little cliff here, but it's pretty straight up and down. Whoop, 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 whoop. Let's try it again. Aw. Did it do it? I think it did. It did. Very nice. Just try and skirt the edge. Oh, there it is. Nice. It didn't have a decay on it. Beautiful. Awesome. All right, so not too bad. Got about, let's see. Here's one way to check. Because I had 587 when I started this run. And if I go to request equipment, go to workshop, if I deduct, I'm not going to even attempt to do the math in my head right now. $814 total, I think is what that comes out to. Because I'm pretty sure I had 587 when I started. I think. I don't know. I'd have to go back and look at the video, but yeah, somewhere between 800 and 900 is roughly the given amount you're going to get from getting all three fully mined, and not too bad. I'll take it. Let's swap this real fast. And the next one, which shows to be in a desert. Now, granted, this one looks like it's going to kind of pair up with
They need you to find this thing.
this side over, with this
I
side over
wouldn't
here.
trust Group
But this dry
15.
ridge is not on this side of the map. That's... Well, technically it is. Dry ridge is here. So maybe they all are on this side? I don't know. Not sure. Let's see. I would... Let's see, what is this? Combat killing of bosses. That's probably going to make me build some things. This one is killing bosses. And this one is going to have me make things, but I don't know what it's going to want me to make. Let me check out Lupine right quick. Hunt black wolves. Okay.
Self-explanatory.
Pretty self-explanatory, yeah. Alright, let's go over here and collect what it wants. Don't know why I'm getting stuck on things. Oh, that's a fault. I know, I'm sorry. And we're stuck again. There we go. Now we're not stuck. Give her some food. Prototype threat tracker. Wait, don't I have one of those? I certainly do. 2 of those. Alright. Oh, we gotta get away from the rocket. Get away from the rocket.
OES departing.
Down there. Okay. So... Black wolves. Wants me to kill 2 black wolves and collect teeth. Okay. So... There's one there, one here, and one up here. So let's go to that one first. And then we'll work on the second one. But these go pretty quick. These aren't too bad. It's basically just the running to get there, which we have our MOA. And we want to complete it before the bad weather, which looks like on the 3rd day it's going to give me some nasty tier 5 stuff, but I think we'll be done way before then. The main key is putting her in a safe spot where she can't be attacked. And getting her out of the cold because that's hindering her health regen. Terribly, might I add. We're in the forest region. Okay, so zoom in a little bit. All right. Should be right there. The thing with the black wolves is if you're riding them out, you don't want to get so close that you start aggroing the dens. And their aggro range is pretty wide, so I'm going to park her right here. Make sure she's set on defensive. Face her that way. They should be right up here somewhere. I can hear them. They're supposed to be right here. Where are they? There we go. There we go. Collect everything. Go back to Momoa. Get out of here. Still safe and sound. Just load this stuff up here. And then the next one. Okay, so there's one. I mean, I could actually, on second thought, I could continue up through here, run across the desert, get to this one, and come back to base, because it's going to want me to craft some things. Or I have to make the run down here, up and around, across, up and around. Yeah, I think I'm going to go for the one that's up here, actually. So I'll just keep running up, run across, get this one, come back to base. Because I think ultimately it is going to want me to craft some items. So we're going to go with that one. I do still have the mount run. Yes, okay. Just checking. I can say she does go faster than me running on foot for sure. Yeah, I've got to go to here. I'll remark the wolf, but I kind of have an idea of where it's going to be. And I think, let me check. Okay, I've still got my coffee on. Let the stamina come back up. Watch for wolves. And crevasses. Okay. This way. Swap the water. Get rid of the coffee buff. Let her stamina come back. Now, I'm tempted to go this way because I need to get here, but that would drop me off in the water, and oh well, doesn't look like it matters what I think. Now, if I keep going along the edge of that, I can jump off in the water, but she's rather slow in the water, so cover more ground going this way. Keep an eye out for the cougars. We're off. And if I remember correctly, you can run along the outside edge over here to get to the exit. I think it's this area. I hope I'm not thinking of the oasis. But I think you can do that here. Oh, it was barely anything. Turn off the light. Okay, well, that didn't give me what I wanted. I can give her health potions, so I'm not worried about her health. She'll be okay. Apparently she doesn't get sprained ankles like I do. Yeah, I hear you back there. Sandworm, and I'm not going to sit here and fight it. If I remember, this is a left situation. Yes. Stamina, come on. Swap back. There we go. Careful now. Careful, careful. Easy does it. Ugh. And then zoom out. And we want to go right there. Come on, come on, come on. This is the other frustrating thing about mounts. Is once they're in the water, they're kind of stuck. So you gotta find a place you can get out at. There we go. A little bit, yeah. Well, I would have thought that would have worked, but one of these is bound to work. There we go. Maybe right here. There we go. And we're just going to set this out just to be sure. That was kind of close. Okay. Make sure she's got what she needs. I've already collected enough of the teeth. Yep, I see the dens over there. Yep, I've got to kill one more of the wolves. Which... park... Yep. Already aggroed him. Alright, now you keep an eye out now. Make sure you're looking out, not at the wall. Believe it or not, I've seen it delay the attack. And you don't want to let him go back to his cave, because if he goes back to his cave, then he regenerates health. Now, it did want me to, it said to collect those teeth. I don't know if they, well, technically you can't send the teeth up, so. Put that back down there. And I'll put that in there for now. Sort. Okay, now we're light. And yes, this way. Now it wants me to craft Black Wolf arrow and Black Wolf knife. So we'll run back home and craft it up. Just in time, because it's almost nighttime. Excuse me, bird. Come on, stamina. Yeah, it should be about right. I need to repair this bridge and also not fall into the water. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate you. You can lay down now. And you do have a skill point. Last time I put it in movement speed and the extra stomach slot. Yeah. I won't spend it just yet. You still have food and your water is full. You know, I could add one wall right there, but it'll be okay. She's in a safe spot. Sort it back up. Swap that one out. And put it in there. Just take this stuff out. Those as well. Put all those in there for now. And last but not least, I might need the fur. Let's put that stuff up. I'm going to put that in there as well. Okay, so those only stack that high. Take some more just in case. I mean, probably won't need it, but we'll see. Now I need to go here. And it doesn't say what tier, but I'm thinking it's at least tier 3, if not tier 4. So we have to unlock it. There it is, tier 3. Black Wolf arrow. And Black Wolf knife. Both done at the forge. Wood and iron. Leather and iron nails. And do the same thing here. What am I missing? Ah, it was iron ore, not iron ingots. It should be craftable. Ta-da! All done. Doors are shut. Okay, just checking because of the storm. Put that up. Put that up. Those and those. And lastly, put up the leather. I'm going to stick these items here, because honestly I don't really plan to use them. But 225% yield from skinning, which is the same as titanium. And you can put an attachment on it. So, I mean, it does have its uses. But the only thing I really attack with the knife is going to be the bees. I don't really use the knife for attacking. But, yeah. Go and, let's see. I really could put at least one there. I mean, where she's at doesn't count as shelter. Now, before, back here it did count as shelter, but I don't know why it's not counting as shelter anymore. That's irritating. I mean, it works. And they don't take damage from weather anyway. So all we've got left are the fisheries officer, crescendo, and flatline. Gotta make an adjustment here. All right. And I forgot I've still got these guys in here. Save those. Don't need to make any more of these big ones. All right. Not too bad, not too bad. Put my bottles back up. Yeah, not too bad at all. Pretty quick all around. I do need to make another one of those because I left one with my other character, my builder. Likely end up needing to make some more of the slugs, but I've got enough for now. It's fine. It's fine. Swap that out. I always like to have a lantern on charge, but my other character rarely ever visits here unless I need to build something that I need his buffs for. But yeah. Couple of missions out, and depending on what I've got going on tomorrow, which I've got some yard work to get done since the weather's going to be nice, but I'll try and get back on later and see what else we can do. But for now, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for watching if you did, and I'll see you guys in the next one.